Hi everyone, my name is Anne. I'm the Digital Initiatives and Resources Librarian here at Park University. And welcome to the next video in our ChatGPT at Park video series. So in past videos, we've explained what ChatGPT is, the different account levels and how you can create an account, and the current strengths and limitations of the technology. In this video, I wanted to take you through an example prompt and just show you, here's the type of thing you could input into ChatGPT, here's the type of response it could generate. This is just one example. Obviously, you can use it for a wide variety of applications, and I will say I won't be going through this in real time just because it's kind of boring to sit and watch ChatGPT type out the responses. However, this whole conversation probably took me less than 5 minutes to have with ChatGPT. So I started by saying, hi, can you help me plan a final project assignment for a psychology class? So in this situation, maybe I'm a psychology professor. I'm looking for ideas for a final project to culminate the semester. So it asked me for some of my ideas or interests. I give it a specific focus area. I'd say I'd like it to focus on some aspect of the human brain. I'd like there to be a presentation component to the project. And I want ChatGPT to generate a rubric and some learning objectives for the assignment. So here's what it spits out. It spits out a project called Exploring the Human Brain. For this project, students will choose a specific aspect of the human brain to research and explore. They will be expected to create a presentation that summarizes their findings and educates the class on their topic. The presentation should include visuals such as diagrams and images to help explain the material. In addition, students will write a reflection paper that summarizes what they learned through the research process and how this information can be applied in real-world scenarios. It generates learning objectives. It creates this rubric, specifically even the number of points associated with each component. So I took a look at this. I thought it looked pretty good, but I said, oh, well, here's another thing I want. Can you create a list of example topics the students could choose from for their presentation? So when ChatGPT generates a response, you're able to ask it follow-up questions, and you're able to ask it to modify its response in any way that you choose. So it generated 10 different example topics related to the human brain that students could choose from. It has a few more ideas here, so we could include this in the presentation or in the project that we present to students. So I thought that looked pretty good, but I wanted to know, if say I was teaching a freshman psychology course, I wanted to make sure that ChatGPT felt this final project is appropriate for college freshman level students. It said yes. It did a pretty good job of justifying that explanation, so it gives several reasons why it believes this project is appropriate for college freshmen. But then it has this caveat, of course, it's important to take into account the specific needs and abilities of the students in your class and to modify the project as needed to ensure that it's appropriate for them. So I wanted to know if it could then adapt the assignment and tailor it more towards advanced students or towards college seniors. So it spat out what is essentially an identical project, but geared more towards seniors. So this time they will choose a specific advanced topic related to the human brain. It incorporates this idea of analyzing and critiquing current research in the field. The presentation should be designed for an audience of their peers and should incorporate evidence-based arguments to support their ideas. The students will also write a reflection paper that discusses the research process. The learning objectives are relatively the same. The rubric is relatively the same. But the way the project is written and the specific focus areas of the project are a little bit more geared towards college seniors. And that was the end of the conversation. I could have kept on ad nauseum. I could have asked it to make any more modifications as needed, but I just kind of wanted to give you an example of what this looked like. And when you type in a response, it will you'll see it type out the response, but it's basically instantaneous. So other than waiting for it to type, this was all generated in a matter of minutes. You can also ask it to format these rubrics for you. So if you wanted it in a different kind of table or if you wanted it color-coded, you can ask it to make any formatting changes. And if I wanted to export this to actually create a Word document with my project, I could export data by going to my settings, going to data controls, and exporting data. So this will export all conversational data. This is the first conversation I've had with ChatGPT, so it's the only one I have here now. But if you choose to save your conversations, then you'll see a bunch of chats here on the side, and it'll export all that data and send it to you in a downloadable file that you can then use and adapt for your coursework.